All right, guys, this thing did really awesome. Of course, what I did is, I'm sure you read it in the title, I moved the leaf springs to above the axle and from below it, and what that did is it raised, gave me more space right above it, kind of jacked it up. Actually, it equaled out to the height of the front. The front of this was always just a little bit taller than the back is, and I'm assuming that's just because the way they put the leaves underneath and the way they mounted the just the shocks on the front, because the shocks in the rear are at a nice angle, and which is really cool, because that's, you know, like the real ones had, they had shock set up a lot like this, and I think that's just awesome and a nice scale look about it. I do like these metal axles that I got. I would trade them for a set of portal axles, which I might eventually buy some portal axles for it, but since I've got all this already done to it and it's running really good, I'm going to leave it as is for now and do some more tests with it. I got a few other RCs this size that I'd like to get some portal axles for, especially my WPL Suzuki. It can really go for some new axles since I just have the plastic WPLs. These metal axles are surprisingly pretty well made, not bad at all. I did add grease to the diffs. It had very little grease in there, but I added my own, and I made sure I used oh gosh, what's that grease called for boats and stuff? It's can't remember. marine grease is what it is, sorry. Anyway, this is working really good with the Spectrum setup so far, and I notice I'm getting the better results on 75% throttle rate. And you know, oddly, there's not a huge jump in the top speed from 75 to 100 on this with this motor setup, and it just seems like it has a nice low speed modulation on 75%, just a little bit better. I can creep a little better with that 280 motor. Now, if I had the 370 motor I'm planning on putting on this thing, it'll perform a little bit better, but so far it's not bad, especially for trailing. This little 280 motor with a better ESC, and actually if you put better tires like I did here, these are WPL, these cost me $10, and they're pretty soft tire. They're not super soft, but they're not bad. They're not bad. They don't have any foam inside, and they're small enough you can get by with that, but they grip really good, and I like to grab and pull up on things. The tread's nice and aggressive, and I like that. I think they look good on it. I did want to keep the stock kind of look. These are WPL wheels on with the tires, but they look so much like the stock wheels that came on this, and these tires didn't want to fit really great on the stock wheels. They did fit, but they were the stock wheels are just a little bit bigger, and these wheels here are made for these tires, so that it fits a whole lot better. I just got lucky and had that. I know when you buy these tires off of Amazon, they come with the green wheels that are on their military vehicles. Well, of course I popped that off, but I had these extra black wheels for my my WPL C34, so I used those, and it seems to work pretty well. Also, I have a lot more flex with the axle set up like this. It's got more room to move. I mean, obviously you're going to have more room if you jack it up higher. I mean, that's common sense. But I'm thinking about, I might get rid of the black plastic leaves and just leave the one metal leaf on each side. Sort of what I did with my Trail Finder 2. I got more flex out of it and stuff with just the metal leaves. With these already, if it was just leaves alone, I would just leave it the way it is, but since it also has the shocks helping it out too, they're working together, I think I can get by with getting rid of those leaves, the black plastic ones, and just leaving the metal ones doing their thing. I'll just have to wait and see how this thing, I'm gonna do some more crawling tests with it, but now it does crawl better. It has a little bit of better clearance underneath, and things have a harder time getting hung up as the leaf's a little bit higher up than being down below. But as you can tell, it's still getting hung up with a lot of sticks, but my tent scale ones do that down here. After the hurricane we had last week, There is just sticks everywhere down here. Oh, there's strong winds really tore the place up. I did move and clean up a whole lot of it, but there's still a whole lot, and they always get hung up in all my shocks on any of my RCs. So don't let it fool you if you see this thing getting hung up several times down here. If you look at my videos, I'm gonna make here a future of my tent scale ones that will get hung up also. But it did really good. I really like this little RC for the price of it. It's really awesome. Great scale detail, and just with all you do is just change the ESC out, put you a little bit of something better in there, and you can see it performs a whole lot better. And really, it's not that bad stock. It's not terrible, but I definitely several people have recommended doing this axle repositioning with the leaf on over axle instead of under the axle. I think it just looks better too on top of it. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. You know, if you guys like this video, hit that like button. And so far this thing's coming along. It's gradually, every day I'm doing something new to it, it seems. But I'm here, next thing I want to do is I'm gonna get the LEDs working, and then go from there. I think I'm also working with my other MN, the Range Rover. I'm waiting for parts to come in for it. I do have a new Endura micro ESC coming for it. Now these RCs have very little space for ESCs. I mean, there's very little. It's very slim, skinny spot. This barely even fit the small ESC that came on my axial capper, the Spectrum I got on here now. It barely fit on there, and honestly, it's kind of like just barely bowing the chassis just slightly, you know. But it's not bad enough to affect anything really. But all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, you got any questions or anything, hit me up in the comment section. And as always, thank you for everything.